Welcome back to another day of your challenge. In today's challenge, we are working on the functional lines of your body. Your functional lines make an X from your shoulder to your hip in the front of your body as well as the back. These are the lines responsible for your stability in all of your movement, but especially your more reactive movement, your what we would call functional movement. Things like being able to catch yourself if you're falling backwards or catch a ball and then throw it back. Anytime that we are rotating through our shoulders or through our pelvis, the functional lines are working to help stabilize us there. So for this class today, you will need a block. You will also need some sort of dowel. This might be a broom handle. It could be a wooden dowel like the one I have. It could be a mop handle. Anything that you can find through your house. So maybe you just pause the video, go ahead and grab that, and then meet us back here. So let's start in tabletop today. So coming into tabletop, beginning very much the way that we did with our spiral line, our functional line and spiral lines do cross each other. So some of the movements and rotations become very similar. We're just looking in functional line for more stability and much more focus on the torso and the torso stability. So begin here by placing your right hand behind your head and starting to lift your elbow up towards the ceiling. Right now you're really creating the twist of that functional line and dipping your elbow down to your thumb. This is a familiar movement, reaching up towards the ceiling and dip down to your thumb to the ceiling. And 3 more of those. Now I want you to notice as we're here, the work that your back is doing to pull you up here. That's your back functional line. And then as you come down, the work that your front is doing to pull you down. That's your front functional line. 1 more of those. Squeezing, lift up, pull up, and come all the way down. To your left side, left hand behind your head, up towards the ceiling, feel your back engage, and down, feel the front cross of your body contract and pull you down. We're just looking for this smooth movement here, alternating between engaging the front of your body and engaging the back. Taking 3 more. Last one. And back to center. Awesome. Take your right arm forward, and this time bring your left leg back. You might start with your toes down on the mat if you're trying to get stable here, lifting your foot up when you're ready, and then bend your back knee. Feel this a little bit in your glute, but mostly we're looking to feel that cross line from your back shoulder all the way through your hip, engaging to lift you up. So lift that line just a little bit more and then bring your elbow and knee together underneath you. Now engaging the line in the front of your body. Reach, bend your knee, lift, and engage the front, elbow to knee. Left knee stays bent, elbow to knee. And 2 more. Lift, contract, lift, contract, and more. Good job. Put that down. This time left arm goes forward, right leg goes back. Finding your stability, bending your knee when you're ready. Lift up just a little bit more, arm and knee, and squeeze together. Lift and squeeze. Good. 3 more of these, just adding breath, lifting with your inhale, contracting with your exhale. And put everything down. Sit back, shake out your arms just a little bit. Bring your hands onto your shoulders. Taking just an active twist here, hands on your shoulders. You're sitting right down on your heels. If that's not comfortable, you could grab a block. And start to turn your shoulders over towards the right side. Really squeezing through your right shoulder, the right side of your trap. And lats to open yourself up. One more breath here. Come back to center. And exhale to your other side. Two more breaths. Actively engaging to twist. And come back into center. Arms out. Stand all the way up. Take your legs just a little bit bent. Give yourself some stability here by having them a bit bent. Feet about hip width apart, maybe a little bit more. Take your arms out by your sides, either cactus arms or flattened cactus arms, just bent elbows. And from here, stabilize through your hips and core. Start to take these rotations of your torso, looking from side to side, trying to make this really about your torso. Now, as you keep going here, think about making this movement really smooth, but using the muscles on alternating sides. When you go left, your left obliques, left lats squeeze, coming back into center and going right. What you were just strengthening lengthens. The other side pulls in, contracts in. And this is something called sinusoidal movement, just smooth movement where we don't have any jerkiness. The muscles are just smoothly alternating from side to side. And you might notice that as you keep going here, when you're really concentrating on those muscles working, they work. A couple more rotations. One more to the left. And come back into center. Take your feet just a little bit wider. Still that little bit of a bend in your knees. This time reaching up on your exhale, start to bring your left hand between your legs, bending down, right arm goes back. On your inhale, you stand up, then right arm goes in the middle, left arm back. And we're just alternating between the two of these, starting to go with breath, down and up. Down and up. Now think about that smooth movement where you don't have any jerkiness, where there's really no end to the movement. And as you start going here, really let your arms swing. Let your torso do the work. Good. 4 more sets. 1, 2, feel that active twist. 3, last one. 4, good, rise up, shake your legs out, grab on to whatever you found for your dowel or stick, broom handle, whatever kind of worked for you. If you really ended up with nothing, that's okay. You can just take your shoulders to your hands to your shoulders for this exercise. The stick is just really helpful for keeping the back body long, straight, and engaged. Take your legs out to a straddle. Hands right over your stick or on your shoulders. And we're bending into the right knee, turning the right foot as needed, and bringing your stick down towards your right foot. And back up. Switching sides. Left foot, right hand, and back up. So we'll start to flow here, but again, notice this core work that's happening. Having this bar here is allowing your core, your back to be stable and long as we go. So you really end up feeling this in those functional lines and not collapsing into it. If we were collapsing into it, then our functional lines are actually not working, and that's not why we're here today. So going to the right side first, bend, inhale up, left, up, right, up, left. See if you can make this as smooth as possible. Side, Bend into your knee as much as you need to. I'm doing 5 more of those. I think this is 3. 2 more. Last one. And straight up, place your bar down. Step back, your left foot back, right foot low lunge, right foot forward. You can go ahead and tuck your back toes under here or rest your foot down. Completely fine either way. Hands to your shoulders. Start to actively twist over towards the right side. You're not even really leaning forward at all here, just taking a little twist first, just like we did seated. One more breath. Come back into center. Take your right arm, reach towards the ceiling, left hand to your left hip. Starting to find just a little back bend here and a little twist over towards your left foot, your back foot. So we're twisting through this line here. And you'll notice there's a point at which your body really catches itself and doesn't want to go any further back. That catch is really what we're looking for. That is your functional line going, whoa, wait a moment, I'm going to put on the brakes and stabilize you here. One more breath. Come back into center, hands back onto your shoulders. This time lean forward a little bit. See if you can find a little diagonal with your spine so that your shoulders are no longer above your hips, but you are not resting on your front foot. You're still totally active. Feel the functional front line and even your deep front line and superficial front line all happen in this pose. On your exhale, start to rotate your left elbow towards your right knee. Take a little twist. Feel your back line working all the way up from your left hip all the way through your right hip all the way through your left shoulder here to keep you elevated, keep your rotation stable. One more exhale. Come back up into center. Lift your right arm up towards the ceiling. One more of those little back bends here. This is a little bit of a twist, just noticing how your torso rotates open a little bit. And come back down. Bring your feet together. Take a moment if you need it. Meet with your left foot stepped forward into your low lunge. Hands over to your shoulders and taking this first vertical twist over towards the left. Picture those lines in your back working. Even if you're not in a point in your body where you can feel those lines working, now that you know where they are, you know that you have that X across your body, can you just picture that X engaging? Back up into center. Reach your left hand up this time, right hand to your hip, and start to lean back. Lengthening out through your front line. Front functional line, I should say. And back up to center. Hands find your shoulders again. Lean a little bit forward. Starting to come into that active twist on this side with your exhale, elbow towards your knee. And one more breath here. Come back up into the center. Left arm reaches up, right hand to your hip, taking that little bend back, stretch back. Think about lifting all the way from your right hip up through your left armpit. One more breath. And come back into the center. Bring your knees together. Grab onto your stick once again. Stand all the way up. Doing one more set of these rotations. Prepping yourself, prepping your feet as wide as you need, and then bringing left hand to right foot. Maybe this movement is even smoother this time. I'm going for 7 more of these. Feel the support in your belly as your lines lift you up. And your back line kind of resists you going over too far. I think we have 4 more. Now 3. 2. Last one. Stand up tall. Place your stick down. And come all the way down onto your back. Grab your block. Take your block right in between your knees. And your knees are at a 90-90 here. So a 90-degree angle from your ankles down to your hips. Make any adjustments that you need to. Now your hands here can either be by your sides or out into a T, and you can change that up based on where we are in this exercise. Take a little moment, press your transverse ab, your belly down towards the mat. And on your exhale, we're going to slowly lower over to the right side, keeping that 90-90 with your legs, holding the block in there. On your inhale, lift up to center. And exhale yourself over to the left side. Inhale back to center. One more time each side. Right. Back to center. Feel your functional lines really working to pull you back into center, and they're resisting on the way down. We're not letting ourselves plop down, really doing that smooth movement all the way down. Squeezing the block helps with that. Back into the center. All right, send your left foot towards the ceiling. You're still squeezing your block between your knees. Right leg is still at a 90-90. Now this time lower over to the right. Left leg stays straight. Back up to center. Switch, what leg is straight. Over to the left. Back up to center. Switch legs. And to the right. Center. Switch. And to the left. Adjust your block if you need to. Sometimes I start to lose mine. Back up to the center. All right, grab your block. This time place your block right in between your feet. I chose a heavy block today, so if you have a foam block, this might end up feeling a little bit nicer. I need to move my hands for this. If you need to move your hands down behind your hips, go for it. On your exhale, lower both feet and your block over towards the right side. Nice and slow, lower. And pick them back up. If you've lost your block, reset it and go down over to the left. Head back up to center. Bend your knees, let your block drop down. Give yourself a nice full body stretch. Hug your knees into your chest and take just a relaxed supine twist over to the right hand side. body, your core, your back. Relax here, rest. Switch sides. Giving yourself a little admiration. Maybe these were new movements today. And place your feet down. Settle in for Shavasana. Feel the length in your legs. Let your pelvis sink really heavy down onto the mat. And letting those functional lines just really rest down and relax here. They don't need to stabilize your body because the floor is doing that for you. And stay here as long as you want. Bring your hands to heart center. Honor the strength that you're finding through this practice. Bring your thumbs to your third eye. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.